breakfast programme on BBC Radio London. Now, Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of lights, begins this Sunday and runs for 8 days. It celebrates the victory of the Maccabees over the Syrian army and a miracle that happened during this time where one day's supply of oil allowed light in the temple to remain lit for 8 days. It's a time of fun and games and eating fried food, apparently especially donuts. Well, Rabbi Dov Cohen can tell us more. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Jumoké. Great to be back on the show.
Lovely to have you. Donuts, obviously,
Yes.
sounds like a very important component.
Huge. If you ask my kids, that's all they'll tell you. That's all everyone's talking about for the week before Hanukkah is which bakery we're going to, which donuts we're having, who makes the best donuts. You can imagine. It's funny how that suddenly became like the most important thing, like which donuts are we going to eat. But it's a beautiful idea. Obviously, you mentioned donuts. The donuts are fried in oil, so we have on Hanukkah, because the miracle, like you mentioned in the intro there, the miracle of Hanukkah happened with that oil that was found, that little little jar of oil that they found in the Holy Temple, and they lit the candelabra, the menorah, lasted for 8 days instead of one. So we eat those oily foods sort of as a salute to oil. So actually, I heard someone say once that it's very interesting if you think about it, that the Hellenistic culture at the time that they were trying to impose on the Jews living in the land of Israel. At that time, you can imagine the Hellenistic culture was very much about the chiseled body and the perfect, muscular body. So someone said once that we Jews fight back on Hanukkah by eating very, fatty foods to expand ourselves and put on some weight to fight back.
I love that idea. That's an excellent idea. I have to say that there is a bagel shop, which is a very well-known bagel shop in East London, which I adore. And I discovered this week that they deliver. If you see how much stuff I ordered in, I've got so many bagels. I think I am marking Hanukkah in my own way without even knowing it. It's an important time for Jewish communities, obviously. And over the past 18 months or so, it's been pretty difficult to get together and do these kind of celebrations, hasn't it?
It certainly has. Yeah, it really has. Last year, Hanukkah, we weren't able to be with really family and friends at the time of Hanukkah. But one thing I will say, actually, which is sort of unique in many ways about Hanukkah to other Jewish festivals, is Hanukkah is a celebration of the home. On Hanukkah, we go into our houses. We don't have to go to a synagogue. You don't have to go to a public place or a hall to celebrate Hanukkah. We're actually told, go into your house, go into your own four walls and recognize the sanctity of your home, recognize the spiritual heights that you can reach just in the four walls of your house. That's a real emphasis within the Jewish faith that, spirituality isn't something that you celebrate in a specific place outside, in a synagogue. That is a place we do go to pray at. But there's a strong emphasis in Judaism that the home is the ground zero of all your spiritual endeavors. And therefore, on Hanukkah, it's nice always to get together with friends and family. But really, it's all about coming back to your home and lighting the candles in your home. So it's really celebration of being within your own house. And for that reason, Corona was tough last year because we couldn't get together to celebrate necessarily with the parties, etc. But there's always been that sense of come into your house and celebrate what you've got within. And I think, interesting enough, a lot of people have discovered, for many people, Corona was very tough to to isolate. But for many people, they found that actually there was some really, some positive points that came out of Corona by coming back to him and asking yourself the question, what do I have in my four walls that I can celebrate even within?
Just in conclusion, and very quickly, the menorah, there's a huge menorah in Trafalgar Square. And is it lit over the period of 8 days? Is that right?
It is, yeah. So on the first day, we light one light, second day 2, third day 3, etc. To get to the last night, you have 8 lights burning bright on the last night of Hanukkah. And again, the idea is just a little bit of light can dispel a tremendous amount of darkness. I heard you just speaking just now about the tragedy last week, and you switch on the news and you feel very despondent. I think that the universal message for Hanukkah for everyone is that you can light your light and you can light lights in other people. It doesn't diminish anything from you. When you light up other people, you only gain, you don't lose out. Just like the candle, if you light another candle with your candle, that candle doesn't lose its light by lighting another candle. It only gains. And that's the idea, that we're going to go through life lighting people's candles and looking to see how we can bring a little bit of light into a dark world, because a little bit of light can dispel a tremendous amount of darkness.
Always a joy to have you on the program. Thank you ever so much. That's Rabbi Dov Cohen talking there about Hanukkah. And of course, if it is a celebration that you are also marking, we wish you the best of times and may your light light others.